To see and know that your little boy was running around and healthy and happy only a couple of days before with what we thought was just an ear infection, to him not being able to move at all, terrifying.
8 months ago, 4-year-old Tayte was a healthy, active little boy. In the space of just a few days, he was facing a medical crisis.
Definitely knew something wasn't right.
A high temperature was cause for concern, but when Mum Dee noticed Tayte was struggling to walk, she knew something far more serious was wrong.
Then we noticed Friday night that when he was walking, he kept sort of falling, and he'd take 6 or 7 steps and then fall and then have to get to his feet again, sort of thing.
From his home in Pemberton, Tayte ended up in Princess Margaret Hospital.
When we got here, and it was like, okay, this is scary. Yeah, we packed enough stuff for 3 days, and yeah, it's been a few months now, so I've never been so scared in my life.
Tayte had a rare condition called extensive longitudinal transverse myelitis, a long name for what is basically an inflammation of the covering around the spinal cord.
So he was a sick little man when I first met him.
Paediatrician Dr. Gavin Hutana was part of the team involved in Tayte's treatment at PMH. He says the condition is extremely rare.
We have a saying in medicine called complex and poorly understood. For most cases with transverse myelitis, we don't actually find a cause. It can usually be triggered by a preceding viral illness.
The inflammation of the spinal sheath triggers nerve damage. It can affect bladder, bowels and muscles. It meant months of rehabilitation and treatment.
Is this to celebrate you going home? Good. One more. Yay!
Just to see the physical improvements in Tayte, it's magnificent. And that's why I said satisfying, because I know we've done our job right, but tearful because you invest, and that's what I do. It's not always a good thing to do.
In many ways, Tayte's journey to recovery has just begun. He faces a host of challenges ahead.
How do you feel about the future for him?
Scared, very scared. Being down south, there's not a lot facility-wise for if he was to be in a wheelchair permanently. There's not a lot like sporting facilities and stuff like that. We'd have to move to Perth for all that, which we totally understand in a few years that might be the case.
But regardless of what the future holds, his mum and dad believe their little man has the determination to get the best out of life.
He can do anything he wants to do, and I think the older he gets, the more determined he's going to get, and hopefully it's just going to be amazing. He's going to blow us all away.